Hello friends, good morning. So we are discussing the principles of image formation, how actually images form in the compound microscope, and in last lecture we discussed about the functions of objective and eyepiece lens and how the images form in the compound microscope. So let us have a quick look on the previous lecture. As I told, in case of compound microscope, objective and glass eyepiece are the two magnifying lenses. When condenser focus the light on our object which is placed on the slide on the stage, that light passes through the object, that is our specimen, and enters into the objective lens. So our specimen is placed outside the focal point of the objective lens, and when that light beam carrying an image of object passes through the objective gives first magnification, and thus first magnified image is real and inverted image. That image fall in the focal point of the eyepiece lens, and eyepiece gives a second magnification, and that second magnified image is real and virtual image which was observed by observer's eye. So that is how there is formation of the image with the help of objective and eyepiece lens. Now in this particular lecture we are going to study two very important parameters of the compound microscope which decide quality of microscope. Which are these two parameters? One is magnification and another resolution. Now let me explain what is the use of compound microscope. Here all of you know that this compound microscope is the instrument used for magnification. As we are observing very small specimens, our bacteria are ranges in micron, and we are trying to observe micron size particles. So magnification is very essential. So first and very important property of the microscope is magnification. And when you magnify any image, suppose you have a photograph, and if you magnify that, then there may be loss of, or that image may get blurred. There may be loss of some details from during the magnification. So that is called as resolution, retaining all details after the magnification. When you magnify image, you should have all details of the image, and that is called as resolution. So resolving power and magnification are the two important parameters which decide quality of the microscope. So let us see what is magnification and what is this resolving power, how to calculate resolving power of the microscope. Now first of all we will go for the magnification. Now magnification is nothing but it is the enlargement, focusing the object or enlargement of the object, enlarging the image of object, that is the magnification. Magnification is usually decided in terms of x. X is the times to that of the magnification is given or expressed in terms of times. For example, suppose we have a lens, that lens was labeled as 10x magnification. The lens having 10x magnification, that means the lens can magnify image to that of 10 times to that of the original size. So that is x. X indicate how many times that object was magnified, and that magnification was given in terms of x. Now here magnification of the compound microscope was done by two lenses. One is objective lens. Compound microscope was equipped with three objective lenses having three magnifying powers. All of you know which are these. One is 10x low power objective, it has magnifying power up to the 10x. The next is high power objective, it was labeled as 45x or 40x, its magnifying power is 45x, that is 45 times to that of the original size. And last one is the oil immersion objective, its magnifying power is about 100x. So that objective is one of the lens which gives the magnification, and another is the eyepiece. In case of microscope, normally eyepiece having magnification from 5x, 10x, 15x are used, and usually the compound microscopes are equipped with 10x magnification. So these are the respective magnifications of objective and eyepiece. Now how to calculate the total magnification of the compound microscope? There was a formula total magnification is equal to magnification of objective lens into magnification of eyepiece lens. That gives the total magnification of compound microscope. Yes, so you can easily calculate the total magnification if we are working with the 10 low power 10x objective. Then what is the total magnification? The total magnification will be magnification of the low power into magnification of eyepiece. Eyepiece always carries a constant magnification, that is 10x. You may replace eyepiece by another eyepiece with the more magnification, that may be 15x or 5x. Usually eyepiece having 10x magnification are used, so it will be constant. So that is the 10x into 10x is the 100x. With the low power objective we get 100x total magnification of microscope. Like that, while using high power magnification, what is the total magnification we can get? That is about 450. 40 into 10, that is 450. And last is, while working with the 100x oil immersion objective, it has magnifying power 100x into 10x of eyepiece, and it gives about 1000x. So this is the total magnification of compound microscope. So you remember that while we are using compound microscope, highest magnification we will get, and that is 1000x. In case of using 15x eyepiece, that may extend up to 1500. So that is the total magnification of compound microscope. So that term is called as magnification. Now next, only, as I told, only magnification is not essential, not sufficient, because while magnifying there may be loss of some details, the image may get blurred. So that in that case, second term is very important, and that second term is the resolving power of the compound microscope. What is the resolving power of a compound microscope? How to calculate resolving power? Before that, how to define the resolving power? What is resolution? Here resolution, suppose we have two dots. You observe these two dots as a separate, because your lens has some resolving power. If we draw them more closer, still we observe them as a separate. But if in this case, if we draw them very near, then in this case we cannot differentiate these two dots as a separate. That is the resolving power. Resolving power is ability to separate two nearest dot. That is the resolving power. And in case of human eye, resolving power is about 0.2 millimeter. The objects which are closer than 0.2 millimeter cannot be observed as a separate. So in case of compound microscope, we have to increase the resolving power, then and then only we get the clear magnified image. So resolving power is ability to separate two dots. Human eye has resolving power up to only 0.2 millimeter. In case of compound microscope, this resolving power was about 0.2 micrometer. It is the value of resolving power. If it is very less, it indicates that there is high resolution. Yes, can you understand what I am telling? Value of resolving power. If it is very small, it indicates that resolution is good. If value of resolution, suppose this is the resolution power, that is 1 millimeter, and this is the 0.2 millimeter. Then which is the good resolution? This one is the good resolution. Less the value of resolving power, more is the resolution. You will get more details of the object. So how to calculate this resolving power? Resolving power can be calculated by one formula. Resolving power is lambda divided by 2Ne. Lambda divided by 2Ne. Now what is this lambda and Ne, and how to increase the resolving power? How to decrease the value of resolving power? How to make small and small value of the resolving power to get the high resolution? Now this lambda is the wavelength of light used in the microscope, and all of you know, when we are using microscope, our microscope is in the visible light, the light which is present in our room. That room is the medium of the microscope, and wavelength of that light is the lambda. We cannot change that lambda. So lambda is the wavelength of light which is used in the compound microscope. While as we are talking about the compound microscope, wavelength of light, visible light used is 530 nanometer. Now here one thing is, if we decrease this value of this resolving power, our attempt is to get low value of this resolving power. Here lambda is the wavelength of light. Now it is Na. Na is the numerical aperture. Na is the numerical aperture. Now what is this numerical aperture? Numerical aperture is the cone of light entering into the objective. Here I draw a figure showing the numerical aperture. Now what is this figure? Explains. Here there is mirror. It reflects the light coming from the source. Light was entering into the condenser. Condenser gathers this light and focus on the objective. And while passing through the object, that beam of light get diffracted, and then that beam of light enters into the objective. And while entering into the objective, that forms a cone. That cone of light is called as numerical aperture. This numerical aperture of the microscope, yes, you got it. Numerical aperture is the cone of light entering into the objective. Suppose this is your stage. From below, light was focused. Here is your specimen. While passing through the specimen, that light forms the cone, and that cone of light enters into the objective, and that cone of light is called as the numerical aperture. Here, this cone, what decides this cone? That cone was decided by this curvature of the objective lens, at the same time focal length of the objective lens. So this numerical aperture, this cone of light is called as numerical aperture. So here is the numerical aperture. Now how to calculate this numerical aperture? Numerical aperture is n sin theta. Numerical aperture is the n sin theta. Sin theta is the angular aperture. Sin theta is the angular aperture. Half the numerical aperture, this angle, total angle, half of that angle is called as angular aperture, and n is the refractive index of medium. What is this? N is the refractive index of medium. So this Na, lambda is the wavelength of light. Na is, you can calculate Na as n sin theta. N is the refractive index of medium. This refractive index of medium. Now all of you guess what is this medium? Which is the medium while working with the compound microscope? As we are working in the air, so air is the medium, and all of you know refractive index of medium is also always, refractive index of air is always 1. So we cannot again change this value of n. Now let me write like this: refractive resolving power is equal to lambda by n sin theta. Here there may be there is use of one constant to compare with our eye lens, and that constant is 0.5 lambda divided by n sin theta. Here this lambda 0.5 into 5.50 divided by these values. Lambda is always constant. We cannot change wavelength of light. Here, to decrease the value of resolving power, to minimize the value of resolving power, this denominator should be increased. Here, what is the denominator? N sin theta. N is the as I told, N is the refractive index of medium. Now, what should be the medium while working with the compound microscope? It is air. So, refractive index of air is 1. Here, there are different media. Oil is one of the medium, water is another medium. Here refractive index of air is 1 to that of the water. Refractive index of water is 1.333, and the refractive index of oil, which is generally used while 100x oil immersion objective, that oil is the cedarwood oil. Its refractive index is about 1.51. So only thing is we can increase the value of this refractive index. So to increase the value of this denominator, the one possibility is to increase the refractive index. if we compare this refractive index, oil has greater refractive index. So one can use oil to increase the value of this atom. Sin theta is always constant. And suppose this angle, we consider the maximum possible angle is 180. It is not actually 180, it is always greater than 180. Suppose this angle is 180, then half that angle is sin theta, and half that angle is the theta, and it will be 90 degree. Suppose we consider it as a 90 degree, so this n is 1.5 into 90 degree. 90 degree is sin 90, and it is always 1. So if we calculate this, then in case of air, if we use air, this will be always less than 1. This will be always less than 1. So it is impossible to increase value of refractive resolving power below 1. Our attempt is to decrease the value of resolving power. It is impossible to decrease value of resolving power below 1 because we cannot change lambda, we cannot change this sin theta. We have taken sin theta as a 90, it is highest possible degree angle. Actually this angle is less than 90, so we have taken largest possible angle 90. Though this largest sin theta was taken, the value of resolving power is always greater than 1, it is not less than 1. So how to decrease this value? To decrease this value, one thing is increase the, we cannot change sin theta, only possibility is to increase the n. N is the medium, refractive index of medium, and as I told, we can use 3 media: air, water, oil. Air has refractive index 1, water has refractive index 1.33, oil has refractive index 1.51. So possibility is we can use oil to increase the value of 1, and if value of 1 was increased, ultimately denominator was increased, and that will give the less value of the resolving power, and that's why there is use of oil while working with the 100x oil immersion objective. Here normally on the slide a drop of, when you prepare the slide, a drop of cedar wood oil was taken, and that 100x oil immersion objective was dipped in that oil, and it will kept in contact with the oil while observing the slide when you are using 100x. So that is the method of increasing value of this n, that is refractive index, and that is the only possibility by which we can decrease the value of resolving power, and as less is the resolving power, less is the value of resolving power, that indicate there is more resolution. So that's why when you are working with 100x oil immersion objective, its name is oil immersion objective, it was always immersed in oil, it was always dipped in oil, and because of that there is less value of resolving power we get, and that is nothing but high resolution, that is called as high resolution. So that is the concept of resolving power. In case of electron microscope, the resolving power is 0.2 nanometer. This is very high resolution is there, because in this case this lambda is in 0.005 micron. In case of normal microscope, lambda is 530 nanometer, and in case of electron microscope, the value of lambda, that is the electron beam is used. Wavelength of that electron beam is 0.005 nanometer. So very less wavelength of light, that is electrons, are used in electron microscope, and that's why we get very low value of the resolving power, that is nothing but high resolution. So this is the concept of magnification and resolution, that magnification and resolution decides the quality of microscope. So for this point we will stop here. You observe this video for 2 to 3 times, and then you will get the points. If there is any difficulty, you may contact me. Thank you.